Barbara as a teacher is phenomenal.
She doesn't put up with anything.
She's like an adoptive mom.
As a person, she's also just an incredible lady.
Anybody would want to follow in her footsteps.
I see Barb as empowering women.
Hip grandma, cool grandma.
She's a very giving woman.
She's kind, gentle.
There's nothing in her that's artificial. She is absolutely the real deal in every way, shape, or form.
On February 19th, 1936, a star was born. Not the kind that would be recognized by millions, but one that would be a bright beacon of hope and of light in every life that she would personally touch. In full anticipation of a Kenneth being on the way, a beautiful brown-eyed baby girl came as quite a shock to Rada and Raymond Kuhn as they changed gears and introduced Barbara Ray to the world instead. And it wasn't long before her destiny literally came knocking at the door.
I was 3 years old, and my mother started me in dance class because a lady came to the door soliciting for dancers, and so that's how I started.
And that's where she stayed, one dance studio with one teacher instructing her in tap and ballet 2 to 3 times a week.
Her name was Mary Kasai, and she was absolutely lovely. I had such great respect for her, and I kept in touch with her all of my dance life, well, all of my life until she passed, and we were great friends.
And it was through Barbara's involvement in dance that she also found a great love.
About 60 years ago, it'll be 60 years this September, she stepped out of a dream and came into my life. She was dancing with Mary Kasai when I met her. I just was always fascinated with music and dancing. I never missed any of Mary's shows.
By then, Barbara was also taking jazz classes and was setting herself apart.
Oh, I was always the drill team leader through high school and college. And 20 to 25 girls in both high school and college. And so I went in there, I guess, as a drill sergeant, too.
While she tinkered in various Miss Idaho pageants and used her poise and beauty to model locally, she thought her true love and dream was to dance professionally.
I danced with a company called the Horace Height Dancers. We danced in San Francisco and several different places. I did it all one summer. And then I decided that it was a life that I really didn't want. And so I came back and enrolled in college.
While she was majoring in elementary education at Idaho State College, she also started teaching dance classes in the basement of her parents' home. And then she expanded to the nearby town of Blackfoot. Paul came back from serving in the Air Force during the Korean War, and after 6 years of dating off and on, they were married on November 21st, 1956. When they made the move for Paul to attend CU to get his degree in engineering, Barbara started to put her degree in education to use.
My first job was teaching in Boulder, Colorado. I put my husband through school, teaching school, and I taught 3rd grade in Denver, and then moved on to Colorado Springs, where the rest is history.
I remember the preschool and her being the teacher, and then jump into where I remember her walking out of the basement into the garage with her hands full with the records and her record player.
Barbara was still taking dance classes, but it was at the suggestion of the preschool owner that she started teaching dance again.
I had no plans to continue teaching dance or opening a studio or anything until she put the bug in my ear, and we started at what used to be the old Rocky Mountain Rehabilitation Center on Van Buren. That's the beginning.
Then came classes at the Little A-Frame Preschool building, which eventually became the home of the Barbara Ellis Studio of Dance.
You know, think of that little building with the linoleum floors and no mirrors.
Our little room was 30 by 30. We danced probably at least 16 strong in there most of the time. Didn't start that way, but it grew. It was never go out and solicit, go out and advertise, do anything other than the fact that people, I guess they liked us because it was usually word of mouth.
The key word there is us, since the Barbara Ellis Studio of Dance is a family-owned and operated business.
Not always is it possible to, to have built what we built here, and I couldn't have done it without help. I have to say that. Lots of help.
I think for anybody coming into a family business is really scary because you go, wow, can we all make this work? But I guess what's so great about it now is we all had our thing. Like, I love the business side and I love to teach, and Mindy's so savvy with the music and choreography, and my mom kind of encompassed all of it. When I came back, I had so many ideas for the studio to make it grow and be different and change with the world, and I look at it and go, there's nothing to be changed here.
Except for one thing, expanding. In 2003, the addition of Studio B, or rather Studio BE, as in Barbara Ellis, was added, offering more space and more instruction time to more students.
To this day, at 74 years old, I've never heard her say, oh, I have to go to work today. She loves it.
The most important thing about a tapper is to tie your shoes tightly.
It's always just been unconditional, and it was just that unspoken passion.
And through the years, it's shown in many ways, including the numerous awards and competitions her dancers have won, as well as being recognized personally 2 times by the Arts Business Education Consortium, or ABE, for teaching dancers from the age of 3 to 83, when you also include her philanthropic work with the over 55 performance group Generation Journey.
I think teachers are born. Come back and do 4. I think you can learn to teach, but you have to have that inner love for teaching in order to make it become a part of you. 4, syncopated. And I've always felt that I had that love. 5, 6, ready, go!
As a teacher, she's not easy, but she's not harsh. She's a very just matter of fact. That would be the best way I think I can describe her teaching. It's matter of fact. It's this way or it's no way.
She shares her love of dance with the students first and foremost, and then she shares technique, and both of those are just phenomenal.
And watching you guys perform, I was just overwhelmed.
It's been a real privilege to have someone so accomplished as Barb to take the time to be patient with me and teach me how to dance.
In a lot of different places that you go in life, you are expected to be at a certain level. Here, you're welcomed as you are. And every little girl gets to be that beautiful princess, no matter what size, shape, or ability they have.
She has a way with, say, a student that maybe dance is not their natural ability. She has a way of making every student feel so special.
This was the one place I could come, no matter what was going on anywhere else in the world or in my life. And I knew it was a good place. It was a safe place. And then as an adult, I came back during a very traumatic point in my life. And Barb is just more than a dance teacher or a studio owner. She teaches life.
The extra things that I took away were purely from her and from her outlook on life and her presence and the attitude that she showed and taught, I think, rubbed off on me and on every girl that comes through these doors.
You know, you see women that leave here that are strong, vibrant women that go out in the world, and men, now that we have a lot of boys too. And, you know, she teaches you to be that graceful person in life.
She's left such a legacy and taught so much about loving life. Life is so beautiful, and she's gone through her breast cancer and knee replacements and loss of her younger brother and her mom and dad who never missed a show, and does it with grace and style. And there's always a brighter side to everything. She will turn something around that could have been so hard or so sad and make it be a lesson.
And the lessons that Barbara teaches, be it in dance or in life, are lasting.
I mean, we're now to 3 generations in the studio of dancers.
I think that is the one thing that she can be really proud of, is that people love her, they respect her, and they want to come back here.
Which has now been the case for 5 decades.
We've only just begun, honey. You'll have to drag her out of here in a bag. She didn't want to quit, why would she? It's the love of her life.
She's why we're here. No matter what she says about not wanting the 50th to be about her, it's all about her. Because she's exactly why we're all here and why we will remain here.
Tonight, as the culmination of Barbara's monumental milestone and a lifetime of work, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show as the Barbara Ellis Studio of Dance brings you its 2010 production celebrating Barbara's 50 years of teaching. This is the main event.